Hi guys, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stand. Welcome to my channel. I was thinking when did I start to do the YouTube? And then I was kind of checking the history and I found out I started YouTube video actually 10 years ago. So 10 years ago feel just like yesterday. I remember my first video was created by user or number one sales cheeks. And I did a challenge a while ago by using the same stamp set and then created 7 different kind of project. If you haven't got a chance, make sure you check the Local Kings online video library. Click the card you like and it will bring you to the YouTube channel. And this one is actually my second YouTube video, which was 10 years ago when we just start launched the matching die cut. So this is an Asian accent, and I created these stamps at 2010. And then I will put a link below the video that I created 10 years ago by using this stamp set. And I remember we just start the lunch or matching die cut, and I only have a one die cut. And then later on, die cut becomes so popular, and every image, if we don't have a die cut, the people won't even buy the stamps anymore. So and then we come out to have a the whole set to matching or rubber stamp. So today's video, I want to recreate the by using this Asian accent with or sky background stamp. So I was at the Calgary scrapbooking carnival show, and then on the show floor I was doing some demo, and then I just found out this I was using this one to do inputs demo, and just found out this one is just so pretty. So if you're new to our channel, welcome. And before we start, I just want to talk about the paper again, and also what's different between local kids stamp and the other people's stamp. So first of all, there is two kind of stamp on the market. You can see I have at least we are no angel. It's the shadow stamp, and then we have the detail stamp. This is all bubbles. You can see the difference between these two images, right? On the right side, the shadow stamp, you see the outline is white, and then on the left side, you see this bubble stamp. The outline is black. So the detail stamp is you stamp on is most of the stamp they look like a detail stamp. So you stamp on the paper, they have an open area like this a white area, and then you can use any kind of media to color them. But a shadow stamp is a little bit different. Shadow stamp they are reverse image. If you take a look at your stamp, the stamp usually they are like a flat surface like this, and then the outline is actually go in, and then so when you scribble the color on top, the outline doesn't pick up any color. That's why we can produce this multi-color effect. So it's really important with what kind of detail stamp and what kind of shadow stamp you use. So if you want to create something like this, see the outline is actually white, you got to use the shadow stamp to be able to create this kind of finish. Okay, so that's the first thing is the detail stamp and the shadow stamp, and then later on I will use these two stamp and do another video to explain a little bit more if you don't know. Okay, another thing is about the paper. The paper that I using is not just regular cardstock. I use a special paper. It used to call the Chronicle. The Chronicle paper, you can see they are super shiny. Let me grab a piece of Chronicle paper. Okay, you can see they are very shiny, almost like a glossy cardstock. But unfortunately, this Chronicle paper they changed the mill, and then the new Chronicle paper they don't really work with water-based markers anymore. So I replaced the Chronicle paper with Dog Glossy, and then Dog Glossy is not as shining as the Chronicle. So this is a Chronicle Super Glossy, and this is the Dark Glossy. I did a review, and then Dark Glossy is actually both side coated. It's a kind of like an eggshell finish. So they are special coated cardstock. So when you use water-based impact, and then it's kind of like a draw, like a coated with a clay. When you stamp it, it sounds like amazing. How can the paper coat with clay? But it is. So when you stamp, they kind of absorb that ink, and then it just show you this beautiful color. It is a little bit different with the regular cardstock, and I will actually stamping one image on the regular cardstock, so you guys can do the comparison. And then you probably ask me, "Say, great, I cannot find the dull glossy paper. What am I going to do?" You can use the regular cardstock, but the only things you have to use a stamp positioner to stamp this image 2 times to be able to get at least the fully color. And then you say, yeah, okay, if that works, but I don't get it shiny. So if you're really looking for the shiny effect, what are you gonna do is after you stamp it, you're gonna do tape with the packing tape and the die cut it, and then you are going to get a very, very super shiny effect. I did a video to share with you guys just using the packing tape to do a little some special effect. So there is over 500 videos for you guys. Just go check it out. There's a lot of information. Okay, and then another paper list is we order this paper from Paper Cut, but of course Marcos paper they also have it. So this is the matte coat cardstock. It's very smooth. It's not shiny, but they are coated. So we don't really sell the paper online because the shipping is just killing everything. If you are looking for some cardstock, you can order from Marcos paper. They are based in the U.S. and then the price is very reasonable. I cannot beat his price. That's why I don't even sell the paper when we was out at the show floor, because his price is just so good, and we are very thankfully they are sponsor all the paper that we're using during the demo, so it's awesome. I will put the Marcos paper below, so if you're looking for some dull glossy Macro cardstock, or the Cougar paper. The Cougar paper is the paper that I use it for the blending. I just love it. The price is so reasonable, and they have 100 pounds. It's just a very good cardstock. But if you don't want to order online, I did the paper review. I will also put the link below. I did the 10 different kind of comparison. You can buy, if you're really looking for the super shiny glossy, you can try Costco's Kirkland photo glossy paper, but there is some downside. If you really want to create some special glossy cardstock, you can try the Staples. They have some Cano super glossy, but they are more pricey. Okay, so that's about the paper. It's really different because when we are at the show, we have a make and take table to let the people try it, and they try it, they bought the stamp, they bought the marker, they go home, and they just can't get the same result. And then I just want to make clear of that. First of all, marker is very important. We have at least a marker set, but I have been mentioned too many times in my video, the markers are just the marker. They are not the magic marker. I wish I can say you got to have a set of these marker, but the marker is not the key. The key is the rubber stamp, is the stamp image. You got to use the shadow stamp. And then the paper is very important. In this video, I'm going to stamping on the regular cardstock so you guys can do a comparison. If you have a stamp positioner, you have a regular cardstock, you just stamp with a regular you just stamp on the regular cardstock 2 times, you will get the same result. If you want like a shiny finish, you just tape it with the packing tape and die cut it. They will create that super shiny finish. Okay, so that's start today's video. I am actually very exciting. 10 years ago, I created a video by using this Asian accent, and the time when we just launched or matching die cut. 10 years later, and then I'm using the same stamp set, and I'm hoping you guys can check that video. I think I was kind of immature YouTuber. Okay, so that's start today's video, and I hope you like it. If you do like this video, give me a thumb up, not a finger, and leave me a comment, let me know. Okay, let's start it. Okay, so if you have some rubber stamp that you haven't used for a while, so this stamp is 10 years old. What I would like to do is just use this nail file to kind of sanding the surface a little bit. You only have to do this on the rubber stamp. Please don't do this one on your clear stamp because it will damage your clear stamp. But the rubber stamp, after you do that, you will definitely helping this stamp ink much better. So give it a try. You know, recently I just found out most of the company they switch to the clear stamp. Only few company that they are still stick with the rubber stamp because you know rubber stamp is really take a longer time to produce. It's really labor intense because you really have to do each sheet pressing the rubber, and I did a video to share with you guys how a rubber stamp born. If you're interested like to learn how to make a rubber stamp, make sure you check it out. Okay, so I have my stamp here, and I have my um this is a matte coat cardstock, and this is a glossy, sorry, dull glossy, not a super shiny glossy. And then I have I'm looking for one piece regular cardstock. They all look the same. Okay, this is a regular cardstock. I think it's just a recollection, 100 pounds cardstock. So this is a matte, and then this is recollection pounds cardstock. They really different when you stamped it. So I'm going to show you what's look. So first, we are going to stamping on those special coated matte cardstock or the glossy. I'm going to use the matte. We are going to color or stamp. So this is a kind of like a peony with a little bird on top. So I am going to use like a reddish color. Always choose two color, one light color, one dark color. And I'm going to just color directly on my stamp, the flower part. You don't have to worry about the detail, but remember when you color it, keep your marker on the stamp. Don't show any stroke. So this is my red one. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but just color all the color on top, and I use my lighter orange, kind of blending a little bit directly on my stamp. And I already created a lot of videos to share with you guys, and those markers, they are awesome. They will not damage. Okay, I'm going to just do a little bit bluebird. So I have a light blue, I have a darker blue, and then I am going to do a little bit green. So always a one light color, one dark color. And then remember, you can only use the water-based marker on the rubber stamp. You cannot use an alcohol base on the rubber stamp. Alcohol markers just dry too fast. You only have like a 5 second to transfer to the paper, which I use the alcohol marker on my stamp and the stamping on the material. Some people say, oh, don't use alcohol marker on your rubber stamp. It's going to damage your rubber stamp. You know what? I've been doing this for a while. If you don't do like every day, the rubber stamp is actually pretty stubborn. It's not that easy to damage your rubber stamp. So you can use for a few times. It's okay. So I put a little bit brown on my little birdie. Put a little bit brown on my flowers, on my branch here. But I found that my flower is a kind of too plain. Only have a two color, orange and red. So I want to just add a little bit. Okay, so I did a little bit red. I'm going to add a little bit magenta, just like that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's give a little black eye on my bird. Some dotting here. Okay, so and then this is a coated cardstock, and I'm going to just give it nice firm press. Or if you have a stamp positioner, you can use your stamp positioner and take your time to color it. but it's really not necessary to do that because the design is already there. You just have to make sure you color everywhere. Where did my rack go? Okay, isn't that pretty? So we're gonna do one more time, and I'm gonna use exactly the same color. This time I'm gonna stamping on the recollection cardstock. So this is actually I am going to use my stamp positioner because maybe the first, okay, maybe the only one stamp is not going to get the result I want to. So I'm gonna use a stamp positioner. If you don't have one, I think it's a good tool. You can invest one of these stamp positioner. I think it's very useful. If you don't have the budget for that, I actually did a video to share with you guys how to use the DVD case to create a stamp positioner. It worked. It's not perfect, but it does a job. Okay, remember what's the color I used? Something like this, right? And then I'm going to do again. So start with my orange. And for the sanding part, you don't have to do every single time. Just once a while. I don't remember when was the last time I used this stamp set. It hasn't been a while, but I really like this set. You know what? I really missing to have some new design. I was kind of talking to my husband and say, well, I kind of missing to have some new stuff. He said, why don't you design some? I say, well, a lot of work. And she said, so shut up, don't complain. If you like to have a new design, so work. Otherwise, you don't want it, so don't do it. It's very simple and easy. Okay, so I actually start to design some new background stamp, and I don't know. I don't know why. My life is so busy. Every day I just wake up and I say, holy smoke. Why is it time to sleep again? Do you feel like that too? Okay, remember my flower. I'm going to do a little bit, just give a little bit, dotting here and there. Give a black eye here. The little bird's eyes, just go over the line. Don't work on the detail. You know what? Design is already there. All you have to do is just put a color on top and it's going to look nice. So this is just a regular recollection cardstock. And let's see what's it look like. Okay, so let's do a comparison. You can see the color is really different, right? If you don't compare, I think that's not bad. But if you compare, you can see how this color pop out, right? So this is a coated cardstock. You can find it from Marco's paper, or you can use a dark glossy. So I'm going to just do exactly the same thing, and I'm going to just color one more time, and I'm going to scan one more time. Even you don't have to you just color some orange here, okay, like this, and the leaves are green, so I'm going to color all the leaves green. You don't have to working on the detail, kind of just want to give it one more coat, and it's going to look pretty, I promise. A little bit green. I was we was in the Calgary. We did the scrapbooking carnival show. It was awesome, and then we sold out all our small markers because we haven't been to Calgary for 6 years, I think. It's awesome show, and I did record some video. I will edit it and post online soon. And then few ladies didn't. We sold out our markers, right? And they were so disappointed, and they want to order online. And then when you order online, it's US dollars. And then it's shipping and this and that. So they was kind of upset. And I actually spent some time to convince them, wait until next year or use what you have. So I just colored it, a very basic color. I didn't really put a lot of color. And then let's see what look like this time. So kind of just stay there a little bit longer. There you go. Okay, so that's do a some comparison. This is a glossy and this is a regular cardstock. Of course, sorry, this is a matte coat. Matte is not glossy, matte, and this is a regular cardstock. And I think it's actually not bad if you want to. Okay, let's do one more basic color, or we can even try to do the yellow. Well, you know what? Let's just stay with the orange. You know, the shadow stamp is very important because if your outline is too fine, you won't be able to, if the outline is too fine when you do the coloring, the ink will block the outline. If it is the line is too thick, and it is going to look very ugly. So it just have to be about like a perfect size. Duh. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little bit green, and then see, I don't really add more color. I'm basically just give my bluebird blue color and the leaf are green, and I just give a little bit, yeah, orange on top. Okay, I'm gonna do one more time. So, how about just get a pack of matte color, matte coat caster or glossy paper? You can save a lot of time. Okay, so that's my final, and the list is my matte coat cardstock. You can get from the Marcos paper, and this is just a recollection cardstock. And I think it looks pretty good too. If you want to make a glossy, I am going to show you by the end of this video, and we are going to just put a packing tape on top to seal it, and then die cut it, and then it will create a glossy. So I have this regular packing tape, so I'm going to just put on top, and then you can see there's still some part I didn't cover with the packing tape, right? So I'm going to just grab another piece. Okay, then I'm going to just do your best. Try to make as smooth as you can. Okay, and then we're going to die cut it. Okay, this is what's after die cut it, and see how shiny it is. Just coating with a regular packing tape, and then let's do the comparison. Can you tell which one is on the regular cardstock and which one is on the matte coat cardstock? So I think this coat covered with the packing tape is a great trick, and I hope you guys can give it a try. Okay, now we are going to do our die cut. See, I create a guiding window, and I found this nice pouch from the Amazon. So I recently kind of put all my stamp and die cut in this envelope. I love the idea because I always have a problem to find where's my stamp, because when you have a lot of stamp, it's really challenge. So now I just put by the like this color code, bird, all different colors, so when I need an alphabetical, and I can find them much easily. Okay, so and then for the guiding window, we just grab a piece of regular cardstock, or if you have some kind of scrap paper like a Mara, you can just cut that one, and then you can use again and again. So regular scrap paper works just fine, and then remember, or die cut is right next to that image, and they don't have that wide gap. So this is our 2010 design. They don't have the double die cut. I think the double die cut is happened after 2010. Okay, I'm going to die cut it. I will be right back. Okay, so it's so easy, and then our die cut also do the embossing. If you want to do the embossing after you die cut it, put a piece of rubber, run to the machine, and that it will create that embossing finish. Okay, so look how fine it is. And then those little white one, actually I'm going to show you something. See, our image is right next to the die cut. The die cut is right next to the stamp image. It doesn't have that white border, so which is a lot of people like this kind of idea. Okay, so that's working on the background. Okay, let's do this. If you want to, you can use the magic mushroom, kind of like a dotting the outline a little bit if you want to. So now we're going to working on the background. We are going to use this sky background. This background is just so pretty, and if you are living in the Edmonton area, please come visit us in the end of May, and it is a fun event. So I'm going to use this summer sky. So I'm going to just rub some color on top, and I am using my magic mushroom, kind of softening a little bit the color I just apply on top. Okay, and this is technique I learned from Tracy. I will never think to use the magic mushroom on the rubber stamp, but she tried it and it's so pretty. So thank you for sharing the great technique. So I pick a little bit darker blue. I'm going to just gently patting directly on my stem. Okay, I did a little bit darker blue, and I'm going to just gently patting a little bit purple. Not too much. And then the color will blending directly on the rubber stamp. Okay, I am using the sorry, I am using, okay, this is a dull glossy. You can see they are shiny, but they're not like a super shining, right? So they are just a great coated cards that they just show you. They just give you that solid stamp image. 1, 2, 3. So just this is how I like to stamp my image. I like to put my stamp on the table. I'm just rubbing the back. Are you guys ready? Look how pretty this background. And then we are going to just put some foam tape mount on top. And then I'm going to put some sentiment. The sentiment, don't forget there is some sentiment for you guys to download if you have a digital diecast machine which can read the PNG file. And then look how easy that you create a card just like that. So and then this one, you just set up your offset to 0.05, and then the white card style. So anytime you want it, you can just use a marker to color your layering. So that way you don't have to use a color cardstock, because the kind of pain in the butt when you want to do your sentiment layering, you have to change the color. See, you never know. I color my layering. It is not color cardstock. So that was like, I think there is a few of the sentiment in that file, so you can adjust the size big and small. Or you can stamp. So see, you are special just like that. And then I just love that background. This background is one of my design for our 2023 Caribbean cruise. And there is other few. There is a silk. I did a beautiful card. You can see these rows. There is a fog. The fog I haven't got a chance to use until last week when we was at a show. A lady, she said, I like to buy this fog background stamp, and then can you make a sample? So I said sure. So I used her stamp, and then I just put a few of the light color on top, and it was so pretty. So I will definitely working on the video to show you guys what that looks like. And also the other one, the fog and the sand. Okay, the sand one. So isn't that pretty? It's just like that. It's not a very complicated card, and it's just a mountain on the blue card style. And then I think that's so pretty. And then here is another example, the other sample. So what I did is I just stamp my image and I cut my, I stamp my background. Right, you know what? Let's just do it. Explain to you. Okay, so this one you just mount on the blue cardstock, and I'm going to show you guys one more technique. Let's grab my coated cardstock. So this is the crown coat. Is it super glossy? Okay. You use what you have. If you don't have it, just use a regular cardstock, and you just have to stamp like 2-3 times. And this is actually pretty. Some people like matte finish, like me personally, but it's hard to find the paper that you can stamping with a water-based impact, right? So okay, so that's find my stamp. Where did the stamp go? Oh, here. This one. And put on top. Why these are so dirty? If you are in the Edmonton area, make sure you come to visit us in the end of May, the Creative Scrapbook magazine. Those ladies, they are fun. So, okay, so let's do one more coloring, and I'm going to, you know what? I'm not going to fast forward it. I'm going to just show you how I coloring because I know some of you guys like to know. So I am going to just use one light color, one dark color. Okay, so let's do my flower. I'm coloring half of the light flower light purple. Okay, take your time. You don't have to work fast. And then in my last video, I was asking you guys how do you have a box of a local King's marker? How long do you have this marker? We sold over 30,000 box of marker in the past 15 years, and probably 12 years. Those marker, they are just awesome marker. They are just great quality. You can abuse them. They actually work better and better. Okay, I'm going to, I know it's hard to see from camera, but it's there. The color is there. And then the trick is always a one light color, one dark color, a little bit green, green for the branch. Okay. Oh, and the one more thing is I just received an email from the Stamping Away. We will be in the Cincinnati Stamping Away in August. I am actually teaching 2 classes. Basically, the classes are free because anybody who sign up class, they will get a material for free. And then I think the website, the class is going to come in May. If you guys, the spot are limit. If you guys are interested to take my class, so just make sure you check it out. I will put the link below. So we're gonna give a nice firm press. Just hold for 3 seconds, let the paper really absorb the ink. And then that's what to look at. Look at that paper, is so shiny. And remember, this is not the photo paper. The photo paper, they won't work. You got to use a special coated cardstock. And then if you have the Chromco paper, is 5 years older, and then they are fine. The new Chromco paper is different. They are not working the same. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm using this light summer sky, my favorite, one of my favorite impact. The color is so light, and I use my magic mushroom, just gently patting the color. Try to hide those rubbing mark, and then I'm going to just add a little bit darker blue. Okay, not too much, just here and there. Okay, the color I use is really, really light, so I'm going to put this one directly on top. Okay, gently rub. As long as the color you use is lighter than your bird, it's not going to disturb your image. See, it's darker blue, but it's not disturb your bird, because this paper is a special cardstock. When you stamp the first time, the paper seal the color, and then when you stamp the second time, the first ink is not going to absorb the more ink anymore. Okay, so here's something else I like to share with you. So I run to the machine and I did the die cut, right? And then here is my backing. So the backing, I am going to just use my glue to mount this backing first. So I think recently this liquor glue is kind of popular. I can't wait in the August when we go to the Cincinnati. I am going to shop a lot of stuff. I'm so short of the ink. I just saw they have a district paint. I saw a demo online. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Okay, so after we die cut it, right? So you can see. So after you die cut it, I am going to using my poking tool, and I am going to pick up my die cut first. Look how close that cutting line. So there is a very slight blue that's showing, but that's okay. So we're going to just put a few foam dots here. Okay. Remove this one. Oh, so I am looking forward to get some of those distract paint. I saw a YouTuber did some color. Oh my god, that's so pretty. I think it will go well with a lot of my stamp image. Okay, so I used the same piece of paper, the one I just die cut my bird, and I put some foam tape, and then I just mounted directly on top. But this part is looks weird, right? It's just like a feel something is missing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just put some glue here, just glue there, and I am using this weeding tool. Is that called the weeding tool? Is it for the like remove the vinyl or something? So I'm going to just poking this piece out, and I use my weeding tool, and I'm going to put it back like a puzzle. And again, this is only working if we don't have like a very complicated image. Only like a few pieces we can make it. If like too many pieces, oh, forget about it. Okay, like here, see, that's right there. One more piece. And then this weeding tool have a very, very fine point. And then you just push back to that place they belong. I think it's good enough. And I think that's so pretty, isn't it? And then just grab a piece of cardstock and then mount your main piece there. And then that's how it looks like this. So which one you like the better? Do you like the one with the like the whole sky, or you like a partially sky like that? I think it all looks good, isn't it? So okay, and here is just some extra goodie I think I might share with you too. So the editing, maybe you find this a little bit weird. So I did a few extra cards, right? But I don't need it right now. So what I do is I just put it back to this pouch, and the next time if I need something, I don't have to start from the scratch again. So just check it out. I think this is a good idea. And then now I'm going to just put all my stuff back, my stamp back. And then just make sure that you put something between your stamp. Don't put your die cut directly on your top of your stamp, because if they touch each other, maybe they will damage your rubber stamp. So that's today's video, and I just feel like to recreate this video. The last video was 10 years ago. I was using this set, and then 10 years later, I think this set is still so unique. It's actually one of a very popular set, and I really missing to design some new stamp, some oriental looking, and I am actually start to design it to planning. I am actually thinking about maybe create a video like how I come up with the idea and start from the scratching and then until the final rubber stamp project. It's just fun, and I really have to working on my time management because I don't know, every day I'm just wandering here, wandering there, and then a day's gone. So I actually have to really planning my schedule, and then I hope we can have some new STEM image coming, not until next year when I have the cruise. So stay tuned, and hope you like it today's video. If you do like today's video, make sure leave me a comment, give me a thumb up, let me know. Your comments is really important to me. It's the biggest support for me. As you know, my channel have no commercial, and if you can share this channel with your friend, that would be awesome. Okay, so this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamps. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.